Human body and its movements. The human body is made up of many different bones joined together. This framework of bones that supports the body is called the skeleton. The skeleton gives protection to the delicate internal organs of the body and provides shape and support to the body. It also helps in movement and locomotion. Come, let us dive in a little to study the structure of a human skeleton in detail. The human skeleton of an adult is made up of 206 bones. Starting from the top of the skeleton, we have the skull. The skull is a hard structure which encloses and protects a very important part of the body, the brain. The bones of the skull are fixed and do not move, except for the bone of the lower jaw. Next is the rib cage. The rib cage is made up of 12 paired bones called ribs. These ribs join the chest bone and the backbone together to form a rib cage. Delicate internal organs like the heart and the lungs are protected inside this cage. Moving at the back of the skeleton, starting from the neck, we can see the backbone. The backbone is made up of a chain of 33 small bones called vertebrae. Like the skull and the rib cage, the backbone too protects yet another delicate and important part of the body, that is, the spinal cord. Did you notice two prominent bones where the shoulders are? They are the shoulder bones. Moving downwards, we can see some bones of the backbone are attached to the bones which enclose the portion of the body below the stomach. These bones are called pelvic bones. Then we have the bones of the legs and the hands. Thus, in this way, many bones join together to form the human skeleton. Apart from bones, there are some additional parts of the human skeleton. One of them is cartilage. Cartilage is not as hard as the bones and can be bent. It is an elastic tissue that is mostly present between the bones to prevent friction between them during movement and protects the bones by making the end of the bones smooth. Another elastic tissue called ligament is also an additional part of the human skeleton. This tissue connects one bone to another. Have you ever noticed that the human body is able to bend or rotate in places where two parts of the body seem to be joined together? These places are called joints. Bones are hard, therefore they cannot be bent. So different bones meet at joints to allow body movement. There are three main types of joints in the human body: immovable joints, partially movable joints, and movable joints. Do you know that there are joints in the upper part of the skull too? But these joints are immovable. The bones cannot move at these joints. Such joints are also called fixed joints. The joints between the vertebrae of our backbone. and between the left and right pubic bone allow restricted movement of the body. These joints are called partially movable joints. The third type of joints, that is, the movable joints, help us to carry various body movements. These movements are possible because of the different types of movable joints present in the body. The elbow, knee, ankle, and knuckles have a hinge joint. A hinge joint allows movement of bones only in forward and backward direction. A ball and socket joint allows movement in all directions. It is present in the shoulders and the hips. In this joint, the ball-shaped end of one bone fits into the cup-shaped end of the other bone, allowing movement in many directions. The joint which is present between the first and second vertebra and the skull is the pivotal joint. This joint consists of a cylindrical bone that rotates in a ring. The pivotal joint allows movements like bending of the head forward and backward, and also turning it sideways. The radius and ulna of the forearm are also connected by a pivotal joint. Some joints in the body are made up of bones, which have flattened ends. These bones glide over each other, allowing a side-to-side as well as backward and forward movement. Such joints are called gliding joints. The wrist and the ankle have gliding joints in them.